Have you ever wondered what the last digit of your birth year might reveal about your life's path? It might sound curious, even surprising, but in the patterns of numbers, there are lessons hidden, lessons about who we are, what we can learn, and how we can grow. Stay with me for a moment. Let's explore this together. Let's start with an ancient perspective. Numbers have always been more than mere symbols. In many traditions, they carry energies, elements, and meanings. Think of your birth year. That last digit is like a whisper from the universe. And while we won't treat it as absolute truth, it can serve as a lens for reflection. What if the last digit of your birth year were to symbolize an element? Here's what it might mean for you. 0 or 1, metal. Strong, resilient, yet reflective. If this is your year, perhaps your journey involves balancing your strength with adaptability. A sword, after all, becomes sharper through fire and careful honing. Have you been sharpening yourself through challenges, or are you resisting the heat? 2 or 3, water. Flexible, flowing, but with depth. Water teaches us that life is about movement, yet also about stillness. Have you allowed yourself to adapt like water, finding peace even in the strongest currents? 4 or 5, wood. Growing, evolving, reaching higher. If you're connected to wood, you may be someone destined to create or build, yet you need to remain rooted to your values. Are your roots deep enough to support the life you're trying to build? 6 or 7, fire. Passionate, bright, yet requiring careful tending. A fire can warm a home or burn it down. Have you learned to channel your passion into something meaningful, or does it consume you? 8 or 9, earth. Grounded, nurturing, yet solid. If you resonate with earth, you might be someone who provides stability to others. But I ask you, are you remembering to nurture yourself as well? Even the strongest mountain erodes without care. Interesting, isn't it? But here's the deeper truth. These elements are not fixed. They flow within us all. Life is about balancing them. When we reflect on these qualities, we gain clarity about our strengths and where we may need growth. Let me share a story. There was once a young disciple who felt lost. She came to me one evening and said, "Master, I feel I am like water, always flowing but never arriving anywhere." I smiled and asked her, "Do you know the secret of water?" She shook her head. "Water always moves," I said, "but it also shapes the rocks, nourishes the earth, and brings life wherever it touches. Like water, your purpose is not in arriving, but in the flow. So long as you remain true to your course, you are exactly where you need to be." The disciple reflected and began to trust the currents of her life. Now think about your own life. What does your element reveal? How can you use that reflection to grow? The last digit of your birth year isn't just a number, it's a mirror. When we take time to reflect, we uncover truths we may have overlooked. But reflection isn't enough. Action must follow. Ask yourself, am I nurturing my strengths? Am I working on my challenges? Am I living a life that honors who I am? Each moment you spend in self-reflection is a step toward wisdom. So I encourage you, don't let this lesson stay in your mind. Write down your thoughts. Reflect on your element. Share what you've learned in the comments below.